welcome back. It's time to get into our next region, and we're going to be looking at South America West. And we've got two very, very accomplished players representing. We've got NeroTheBoxer, and we have got Frozen. Now, for me, one of the most exciting players that I've had the privilege of watching in this online ecosystem over the last 12 months has been Frozen, utilizing that new buff Nash.
Oh, man.
But I've got a very strong feeling we're not going to see that Nash today, because if we look back at the records, one of the only matchups that we saw Frozen pull out that Kage was this match against NeroTheBoxer, and it didn't work that time round. And I've been checking the CFN records.
I mean...
And that Kage's still coming out. Is he going to be able to turn it round? Because 3-1-3 run does not really bode well.
I don't know. If he feels confident, he's the man at the wheel. We're backseat gamers. So if he feels comfortable attempting that Kage over the Nash, I mean, do so. But remember, these guys have been slugging it out. It's been fantastic. You remember Frozen won the Intel World Open. NeroTheBoxer, I'm a huge fan of his boxer play. He did win the CPT online. So it's hard to say who would actually come out and say, you know what, I want to cement my title today as the best player in this region from this exhibition.
Now, if I'm NeroTheBoxer as well, I'm going to be sitting feeling very confident, because firstly, I've beaten this guy twice in CPT at the highest level of competitive pressure. But also, my character, Balrog, beats both of these characters as well. So I feel like fundamentally, NeroTheBoxer has a huge advantage in the character matchup and in the head-to-head. Is there any way that Frozen can pull this back?
Dude, it's looking bleak. It's looking dire. So, I mean, I'm going to give you my commentary praises, and hopefully you come out of this one unscathed and win this one. But you know what? Enough from us. We got to hand it over to the guys on the desk to find out which character Frozen is actually going to pick in this exhibition. Take it away, gents.
Again, thank you very much to the UK guys for providing insight like that as we're back. We got a whole bunch of new folks up here on stage. We got Smug, we got Brian back in, we have Shine, Sankola returns as well. Let's begin talking about this match. We happen to have a couple of boxer players out here.
Too many.
Well, I love the hat. Let's go to the man with the hat.
You know, wait, say that again? See, shout outs to Arby's. You know, I just had one of their delicious sandwiches with the greatest of ease. So I decided, you know, like the hat, you gotta wear it on stream, you know? So now what we're going to go up against is NeroTheBoxer versus Frozen. So now for this matchup, so you have Balrog versus either Nash he's gonna play or Kage. So I think Balrog does a lot better against Nash. And so because of that, I feel like Frozen might go with the Kage pick, maybe for like the better matchup or something, maybe.
I'm glad you're here to say that, because everyone acts like Kage is even a worse pick than Nash against Balrog, but you and I know, Kage, Balrog is heavily favored. That's a fact, but, you know, Kage just has that extra, that tilt factor. I don't know. He preys on human error. If you don't want to mess up against Kage.
Don't.
There's the low-tier OS. We all know it. It's the unspoken air in the room where you do not want to lose against the person who's playing the unfavorable matchup, the low-tier character. Nash has that pressure, but Kage has that, plus the random factor, the X factor. He is explosive, so if something goes wrong, if you don't V-shift the stomps, or you don't check the pressure correctly, you can just randomly find yourself being exploding in the corner to a ton of damage. So I expect the Kage pick. I would hope for it. If I was in NeroTheBoxer's position, I would prefer to fight Nash for sure. But honestly, it's a toss-up between the two. We just know that Frozen has had to come strong and come with something new, because the record has not been great so far.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the Nash, personally. I want to see the V-Trigger 2 Nash. I feel like everybody wants to see V-Trigger 2 Nash.
It's saucy.
It's stylish. And I feel like, you know, it's a really bad matchup, don't get me wrong, but I feel like we've seen it in the past. Like, Bonchan has played this matchup to, like, a T, you know, like, and even though like it's really bad, I feel like you can still control space with, like, normals, and if you get him to the corner, you can actually kind of run the plus frames game with Nash, with EX Sonic Boom and everything, but Kage is the better pick. On paper, Kage still is the better pick.
And even sorry, I'm just saying, you know, there's a little bit of slander, you know, with this Kage stuff, you know, because I do agree with you. I think the Nash should be the better pick, because if we saw what happened with the Kage, if we talk about sauces, that one did not look like it had any sauce at all, no flavor, you know, no Lawry's. The Nash is the one that he had been running with the longest. That one is when he felt the most comfortable. And even if on paper things are different, what you are most comfortable might be more important, especially in a match where you're running it back like that. And, you know, Nash even though he's gonna work the 9 to 5 plus overtime to really get that damage going, I really feel like he's got some really dirty things that not everybody knows about. And I don't know if Nero knows all the cute little tricks that Nash players got.
So the last couple times that they've played, of course, the most recent time, CPT, South America West, that was 3-1 and 3-1 for Nero. He beat Frozen twice. However, the previous time that they played in Dream X Right Wanted League, that was in 2021, Frozen took 2 Ws over Nero. So there is precedence there.
Okay. That's good to hear, because going into that with at least that little bit of a confidence boost, knowing that you can do it in the face of the matchups, is definitely important to have. But what I really want to give a shout out to is Nero. He's actually one of the Boxer players I feel like that pushed the meta a little bit forward. He's always tagging me in tech on Twitter, so he's taught me a lot. Look out for the neutral jump fierce punch from him. If you see him clip Kage or Nash from like a half screen away into a full combo, that's the Nero tech, so I want to give shout outs to him for developing that. So I'm definitely excited to see what he brings to the table, because he's always exploring this character. And you know, Balrog's a little dry sometimes, but he manages to find new ways to play the character, so I really respect that about NeroTheBoxer.
Smug, do you agree that Balrog is a little dry sometimes?
I can happily agree with that, because, you know, we went through so many struggles with our characters being nerfed all the time.
Oh my
God.
God, get him out of here.
All right.
Why would you put Balrog players
Let's
on
go,
that?
Smug.
Get him out.
All right.
I can let you in your hat.
All right. By the way, that hat
hard.
is actually not empty. There's no empty
there's
space
no
in that hat. It's entirely full of hair. All right, we're going to go over to the commentators. It will be Vicious and Tasty Steve, who opened the day, closing the day. What's going on, guys?
So I've just listened to you guys talking about this Nash matchup, and it really hurt my heart. Okay, I want y'all to know, it stinks. Look, I want to see Nash. I want to see. I'm with Shine. I want to see the V trigger to Nash. But why would you put yourself in this situation versus a character like Balrog when you know it's not? That's not a good look at all.
Yeah, and you know, Shine had that little extra statement saying, you know, Kage is favorable instead of Nash in this particular matchup, but I still think both of them suffer all the same, to be quite honest with you. But either way, I'm ready to see a slugfest between the two. We have, again, NeroTheBoxer versus Frozen. We're going to get that run back. Has Frozen taken enough time in the Hyperbolic Time Chamber and freeze up, or not freeze up, against someone like NeroTheBoxer? I'm excited to see it. One thing I do want to know is why they took away Balrog's neutral jump fierce. You know how we used to have the stop sign? They used to move him forward or move him backwards?
Yes,
I love that. I wish
you
we could
would
see
love that, but go on.
Oh, yeah. I do love that, Steve. As a matter of fact, I hope we get to see it. Either way, I'm ready for the Nero tech. I'm ready for what Frozen has in store, and I'm ready to get these games going.
Well, here we go. Going into it. And the Kage, just to smooth out the matchup just a little bit. NeroTheBoxer. We heard Brian F. talking about how my man innovates a lot of the Balrog tech. So the going for the Kage from Frozen really does make sense.
Oh my God, at the blink of an eye. Did you see that KKB just flashing him?
Okay, jump medium. I like how the music kicks up when you pick Kage, because you got to go wild, just to get through with the B skill. Wait a minute, EX Tatsu. Man, this music just kicks it into high gear.
It's really good. A back throw stun here.
Oh
my God! And so was that. Dang, he came in with a Superman punch?
Like a comet from space.
Like a comet from
Like
space.
a comet from space. You got to hold that.
I like that.
See that bad boy entering the atmosphere.
Ooh. I like this already. Off to a great start. NeroTheBoxer. Arity and dire straits. There is the crush counter in to the V skill 2 afterwards. Look at all the plus frames afterwards. This is a huge opening from NeroTheBoxer now.
Whoa, Frozen going with the momentum in this matchup, and that was super meaty. Give me an RB sandwich now. That's how good. That's how meaty that bad boy was.
Ooh. This is going to be tough now. Frozen, yeah, just within the range of that standing fierce to connect. Nero, he was already waiting for the jump out opportunity. What an anti-air.
We've been seeing a lot of Balrog today. We've seen a lot of varieties too with the V skill and the V trigger switch ups. Speaking of trigger, activate off of the dash punch right there. Spinning it all. And this is giving him position on the screen. So NeroTheBoxer, not a bad choice at all. Tries to bait something big. Nice check with the crouch.
That was unfortunate. You see Frozen already trying to commit to another normal. After the whiffed crouching strong, NeroTheBoxer actually got pretty lucky there and threw the normal on startup.
Saw a cross jab there just to, reset things. 1 round apiece in his first game.
Too high.
Oh, wow. Gets the counter hit on top of it. V-skill to get in there and just punching them all in the mouth. Get out of the corner. Okay.
That was so deep.
Speaking of taking my advice, just jump out. Big damage on the board here.
I like that little buffer of the stand short and a target combo again, ending it with a V-skill 2. But nothing on Wake Up, actually. Didn't even apply a meaty. Nero getting lucky out of the corner for free. At least in that instance, now it's going to be a big problem. You better stop this trigger. There's an opening off the throw.
And you saw Frozen like back up after that wake up. Nice placement on the dive kick.
I was so scared.
Whoa! Yo,
man.
V-shift just to back up just a little bit, just in case a dash punch came out, would have been at that perfect range to punish. Both of these guys, CA. A CA from either will kill. A CA confirm will kill both of these guys.
I think Frozen's going to get one off of a dash punch whiff. Oh, boy.
Oh, that was it! Speaking of that being it, oh my gosh. That was actually, it had the hit, could have canceled it a CA, but was not paying attention. That's what I call falling asleep at the wheel. Things get tense, right? Things get tense, you drop a pencil, you try to grab your phone, which you're not supposed to be doing while you're driving, you get exposed that way.
I honestly thought there was going to be a sequence where we might have seen maybe chip damage come through, but at the same time, Frozen coming in the clutch, getting the max damage you could possibly get by utilizing that meter. It may not have been a critical art finish, but I'll tell you what, he expended that EX bar really well, getting that clutch scenario. But for the most part, let's talk about some of the instances here where NeroTheBoxer got caught off guard. Yeah. There's been a lot of these fierces and the target combos coming through. He's been getting a lot of mileage off of this V-skill too, and Frozen hoping to do so again, but not like that. Not with a fireball like that. NeroTheBoxer already off to a fantastic start. Are we at 50% with 92 seconds on the clock?
These rounds go fast. Raw activation off the V-skill too.
I want to go fast.
You want to go fast?
I want to go fast.
Oh, your word? The whip punish, full corner conversion. Look at the damage on the bar over there. NeroTheBoxer. Oh, another. I bet you won't do it again.
Oh, boy.
That was so good. Delayed Tatsu. Small cross-up opportunity there. I like NeroTheBoxer holding his ground. V-trigger activation on the edge here. A little too high. Wake up EX. Oh, my God. Things are getting crazy.
This is too intense. NeroTheBoxer still has a little bit of trigger left. Oh, what the?
Caught the V-skill. Caught the V-skill, got the counter hit and the confirm. Another round on the board in his second game for Frozen.
I was so nervous because Nero was just about to build critical art. I was wondering when there was going to be some sort of EX dash punch. Oh boy, that is huge now. Nero does get the punish off of the Tatsu being too close. A little bit of a block there, but now, yeah, I love that reversal 3-framer. Oh my God, the roundhouse.
The glass.
That was sick. Okay, we'll take that.
I thought I was going to see the EX. That way you can get a little more off of it, but actually takes the opportunity to reset, maybe push to the corner a little bit. Okay, big damage on the table here. Trigger. Oh my
Jeez,
God.
That was wrong.
Oh my God. Get off of me. Trigger on the table though. A good activation here will definitely put Frozen in a good situation.
I was going to say, knock the evil out of him. Oh boy, what a whiff punish. EX dash punch. NeroTheBoxer tying it up, at least in rounds for game number 2. That's a great use of meter. Either way, if he just threw it out there, I gotta say, if it was a whip punish or not, it would have been in a plus scenario. Look at the damage incoming. More so the carry. Look at this. Already near the corner. Forward throw, you know it. No interruption. That was a heavy axe kick. It leaves him plus, but there is a considerable gap. What a whiff punish. And what a better jump out.
And look at the damage that comes from this. Look at the damage. Spins one bar. NeroTheBoxer still in control and working on the stun. The overhead has been successful. 3 for 3, and this is going to be a lot of damage on the table for Balrog. Goes for a small reset, takes the space to back up a little bit.
Off the V-skill 2, enhanced by trigger 1. Man, he still actually pressed the button through that. NeroTheBoxer gets the counter hit off with a frame trap while in trigger 1. Even Idom can't believe it. He put his hands up. It's like, why would you press the button?
Look, you get afraid sometimes, man. If I was, the coach coaching from the corner as to another boxer, I'd be like, yo, get out of there. Do not
get out of there.
Get out of there. I would have had the towel on standby.
Throw the damn towel.
Throw the damn towel. I would have been waiting. But that's what happens in this matchup.
There's no easy way out.
There's no easy way out.
There's no shortcut home.
But that's what happens in this matchup, right? You get to the corner, and Kage can output the damage, but you got to be able to take that damage, and Kage cannot. If he gets hit, he is very much a glass cannon in these situations. And that's what kind of Brian F. was talking about. It's a very explosive match because Kage really does have to take advantage, because if Balrog gets meter, he gets these big hits, he has V-skill 2, or 1 for that matter, you see the damage payout. Everything counts.
Yeah. You know, the same can be said with Kage, right? You're seeing the amount of damage output being matched pound for pound, especially someone like Balrog who has a considerable amount of health, right? Kage is definitely one of those cats, again, being a glass cannon that he is, he can get these openings, but more importantly, not only the damage, but I think the corner carry is just as potent.
It is.
But with Balrog, I feel like that KKB just pushes it to the limit a little bit more than Kage does.
Well, you saw what was happening, right? He was trying to fish early with Kage to get these confirms and push to the corner. That that way, you can see that's where Kage excels a little bit. Even the raw call out on V-Skill a couple of times has really been finding his mark, and that's because NeroTheBoxer kind of has a feel for what Frozen wants to do, even in the Kage matchup.
Right.
Fishing with these big roundhouses, and actually found his mark a couple times. Big damage on the table, and that range that they're playing at, you're going to see a lot of glass. You're going to see a lot of glass getting cracked.
That could have been an uppercut opportunity, but still, Nero does get the jungle EX uppercut. This was supposed to be an exhibition.
That was an exhibition.
These guys are just slugging it out. These guys are out for blood. No anti-air. That was so deep.
Yeah, I like the changing up of the trajectory, but NeroTheBoxer not taking the bait, not even like swinging, not even attempting to anti-air at this point.
Oh.
Reset? Yeah, he says
I
no.
love it. That was going to be just fine because he had trigger to teleport out no matter what.
Oh, wow. Doesn't take the bait on the shimmy. V-Skill 2. Oh, that's done. Oh, no.
No, not quite. Hanging on by a pixel. No, he thought he was within range to get... Maybe that had to be a buffer. That 100% had to be a buffer. Either that or Frozen really thought he had to confirm against NeroTheBoxer.
And you know what would have happened, right? Would have got the Tatsu and would have instantly spent the EX, would have pushed to the corner. Would have been a good spot.
I agree. Getting that Oki situation, probably like a one guess for game situation.
And you see what Frozen is doing. He's changed up his jump ins multiple times, going from the dive kick now to the medium kick, sometimes for the cross up and even the heavy kick.
Yeah. Really sharp angles that he's really taken to, right? NeroTheBoxer hasn't been able to count all of the anti-airs correctly.
Okay. Sweep completely misses. But you could see Nero making these adjustments. Tied up in one game apiece, big cross-up. And that's what I was talking about with the jump medium kick. Finds a cross-up, and now he's at advantage. Frozen.
No interruption on the axe kick. Does get an activation now. That's going to be huge for Frozen. If he can keep Nero locked down, wait for this trigger activation. This is going to be so tough now.
Yo, Frozen just down backing in this situation.
Oh, what? What's happening? Oh, he's dead. He's dead.
Okay.
That was so scary, right? NeroTheBoxer had so many instances to kind of break up some of the momentum against Frozen, but he was just chilling there. As soon as the pop of the V-trigger happened from Balrog, he had no chance of like pressing any sort of buttons because there was going to be so many frame traps incoming.
Well, we saw what happened last time. We saw the V-skill overhead work out literally 3 for 3 right now. 3 for 3 right now so far. So now just waiting and still down back, and you know it's going to go. You feel like you know the other person is going to go for it. Yeah. So you down back so you can react to it right now. If there's no switch up, then you win, right? They go for the overhead, you get the punish. But what happens? You do the V-skill and then you go low. That's a Balrog trick. They like to do that a little bit. True. What if you go V-skill and just, you know what, I'm going to get close enough? Roundhouse. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's the worst. I've seen Nero actually hit that before. He was going to Kage and there's all the change.
Glass everywhere. And that's the kind of vital game you play right now. That's what really hurts Kage in this matchup. The fact that if a boxer does get this big hit, does get that knockdown, and you do get afraid, it's going to be really hard to make that comeback.
But I will say, not for nothing, you know, Frozen has done a great job of trying to get these jump-ins, and as soon as I say that, Nero actually anti-airs with one of the hardest things you can do with Balrog, and that is the screw-upper.
And, you know, one of the people speak, I'm glad we have Smug here. We see the screw-upper very rarely, but the armored screw-upper definitely helps out in a lot of situations, too. So even the normal one is good. Ooh, cross-cut, DP.
Trying to get these Chris caught instead. Oh, boy.
Dead.
There's a lot of scaling involved. He doesn't have any meter. He needs one more hit, actually.
Yeah, one more hit.
That was it, actually. That was a really, really solid guess for game scenario brought by Frozen. NeroTheBoxer had no choice but to tech.
Backing up a little bit. I love that Frozen's aware of that dash punch range and instantly likes to play there. And now NeroTheBoxer just inching in piece by piece now to try to call out some of these options.
Throw now. This is going to be a tough situation. Does get the throw bait.
Peep the damage, though. Oh, my God.
He opts to save the meter for the rest of it. He knows the stun is coming. Instead, wants to get it off of a clean hit. The jump in. The neutral jump. I almost pushed Steve off his chair, too. I can't believe it. Great anticipation from NeroTheBoxer. Did not want to deal with the anti-air. Instead, went air-to-air. So smart of an adjustment.
And Frozen has been going for that dive kick quite a few times, and we were talking about the switch-up options. Now NeroTheBoxer making his own adjustments. Got the second round, and now it's not looking good. Stun on the table, not going to be dead, but there's going to be so many resources for NeroTheBoxer. I would be afraid for Frozen. No big anti-air, crouching heavy punch instead, keeping plus frames with the corner, and activation now.
Oh no, the back throw.
Oh no.
Forward throw, he's going to do it again.
No.
Oh, that would have been a frame trap. He still gets the throw. It's going to be so tough. The KKB just kind of flashed it a little bit. What a time of V
What
reversal.
a V reversal. So smart. Gets the momentum back and a little bit of that V shift for the
Oh,
in and the raw overhead. I love that right there. Frozen says, I know you're going to take your time. I'm going to make sure you mean it. Goes for the raw EX overhead stomp. I got to fix my chair.
Sorry, Steve. I'm so sorry. I pushed him off.
Bro, you definitely almost killed me. This whole table almost got taken out. But man,
what a change-up. Not only just in that matchup, but you not grabbing my arm. I'm the one hurting you. But
there's very little balance here, okay? I almost fell off here. But look, it was very well justified just because of how that match played out. It's like it keeps building up to where we see these small instances, especially for Balrog, make a comeback. Kage has a huge life lead in some instances, and it's all about NeroTheBoxer kind of picking his way through to try to make it back. But it's not going to be easy, especially with Frozen making these small adjustments through and through.
Yeah, there's just a ton of damage coming through, and I like the opportunities that Frozen has been giving himself off of these knockdowns and stun scenarios. He went for the axe kick to finish off his combo post-stun to put himself in a plus scenario, and you know what Nero did? He jumped back because of the fear of the throw. There's been so many instances where Frozen had trained him on the ground to prep for this throw, and still, once the jump back happened, Frozen was 100% ready for it. It may not have been the best choice of crouching fears. There was a trade-off. Maybe he could have gotten an uppercut to get a clean hit, but at the same time, you still stopped the momentum from being taken away.
Wow, the dash punch completely dissipated right before the fist reached him. Oof. These crushes starting to add up. The big jump out of the corner cross-up has been so successful for Frozen. Oh, the V-skill bait into trigger. Big damage once again. Stun is right there. Stun is right there.
Try to do it again. Back throw instead. NeroTheBoxer. Another forward throw. Gets all the momentum. Tries to get a crush counter. Possibly anti-air. No, sir. The dive kick actually saves Frozen.
And NeroTheBoxer actually waited to see what that air option was going to be. The V-trigger activation was spot on. Goes for the cross-up again. Not going to work. Low forward in the fireball.
And that was so slick.
My man is just holding up forward right now. Up forward has been the go-to direction for Frozen, and it's definitely working out.
Nero actually threw out a low medium kick, like a crouching medium kick, trying to check whatever Frozen had in mind. But Frozen is just making all the right decisions to get these jump-ins. But here comes Nero. One touch from the glove. Now already into the corner. Backs off.
Oh my God. Oh, man.
Shook the screen a little bit. Do it again.
Yo, my man is trying to feed you a glove. He is trying to feed you a glove right now.
Look at the amount of meter he gets from that. Just the damage alone is scary, but man, he gets to bring that all with him to the next round. All tied up here down to the rounds. Maybe not the resource. Oh boy! That's a great way to spend that resource early.
V-shift break, not gonna work out. And just harassing in the corner already. Stun is right there.
Oh, he dropped it! Or was it a crafty reset?
No anti-air either. There's the throw. Stun is still there. Another successful hit. What did I say?
You literally talked about that moment.
I said what ends up happening is you start looking for that V-skill, right, into the overhead. But what happens if he changes it up? What happens if he goes V-skill, empty low? What happens if you go V-skill, roundhouse? And that's exactly how you saw that situation play out. Saw that Kage was getting used to that situation and decided to go for a different route.
Damn, Carl just took off for flight. I didn't know flamingos could fly that fast.
Look, flamingos can fly. These are some special glasses they giving us here. We can see the flamingos flying, just like we saw my man Kage flying through the air after he got this giant anti-airs in some of these situations. But Kage holding it down. I love the fact that we're seeing Kage slowly evolve and learn a little more in these matchups. But also NeroTheBoxer getting a lot cleaner with finding some of these bigger hits. The damage payout is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. You know, I love seeing the kind of adaptations being made. I love seeing NeroTheBoxer finally letting his offense shine a little bit earlier in this matchup. I think that's the aggression he was looking for more. But right now, it's still really close. It's, 2-3 now in favor of NeroTheBoxer. We're going to see how it plays out now. That mix-up from the KKB is so dangerous, right? Just having that mix-up opportunity to either go for the crush counter off the reset into a possible low even a throw. It's just a lot to really consider. And I'm sure the Boxer players are like, well, you could probably interrupt that.
I mean, look, it's
There's a lot of fear, though.
It's definitely a lot of fear because the range that Kage likes to play at, that low forward, that fireball, and just searching for that Tatsu to get that big pop-up is exactly where dash punch is. So you see a lot of meta being switched up between playing these big buttons, which we see from Balrog.
Yeah.
That's why you see the fierce buttons right there, because we know and they know that Kage needs to have buttons out, maybe a fireball, and we saw a perfect whiff punish from that range with a standing fierce punch. But here we go, 3-2 in favor of NeroTheBoxer right now.
Man, he's about to give him the shallow and pedantic statement, man. He got the monocle and everything. He's like, I could see right past your tactics there, Balrog.
I hope so, because it is not working out. Speaking of seeing somebody's tactics, NeroTheBoxer, seeing that Tatsu coming. Oh my gosh, big damage. And the stun's almost there. The dive kick not going to be a saving grace. Give me some meter. Give me some damage. Give me the round. It is not looking good.
That's the one time you don't want to say, I'm about to dive in. That's the wrong time.
That's the wrong time. You don't die. No, Kage, no.
Not like this.
No, Kage, no.
Man had a full suit on.
Right? My man's got the penguin jacket on, bro. Like he's about to play piano. But anyway, a violent piano. A violent piano. And he's walking him down. And now you see NeroTheBoxer getting a lot more confident walking up into this range.
And I think that was the first tap we've seen all day from NeroTheBoxer.
Tries to jump out, eats the crouching medium punch, and there it is again. Look, and you can see NeroTheBoxer just waiting for.
Oh, you're dead.
Oh, big jump. That
was a really, really quick turnaround. That's just one mistake that you cannot afford.
Glass cannon, baby.
You can't even put that on layaway. You have to pay now or nothing. Like
movie glass, bro. That's movie glass. You ever wonder how it's made out of sugar, bro? And I'm telling you right now, just because it's sweet and that's Kage damage, don't mean it don't hurt when you get hit back. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's gonna hurt if you get hit back. Kage does a lot of damage, but he can't take it.
No matter which way you bite the sugar, eventually you're gonna get those cavities.
Hey man, and diabetes too. It's a few things you can get from all those things. You gotta be careful.
That's why I go for the sugar-free, baby. That's why I go for the sugar-free.
But yeah, NeroTheBoxer taking that game very, very convincingly.
Oh yeah.
And one single jump in we saw in I believe that first round got such a damage payout for Boxer that would put anybody on tilt. That would put anybody on tilt.
That's true. You know, we talked about this at the top of the show. What is the ideal set length? Well, you kind of see some of these set lengths really break down the mental of a person and really show who's the better player. NeroTheBoxer actually starting to see the cracks of Frozen, actually trying to break the ice against the man. And we see it right there in that instance, that EX uppercut. We haven't seen that thus far up until this very moment. But man, that was the one that really shouldn't have happened for Frozen. It was just that one bet. He's like, you know, I've held on to this thing for six games.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Maybe I could throw it out now, but that's not the case.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
B skill 1, B trigger 2, Nash, and my man has already lost 55% of his life. Oh my gosh.
And that was just barely under 90 seconds as that happened. Oh, that is a huge punish, or a decent punish at that. Not the biggest.
That's the thing about this matchup. You're not going to get much if you're not ready, and you got to be aware of the range in this situation. And Frozen, feeling like his back is up against the ropes, is now going to the Nash for this final game.
That was a light punish into the light Sonic Scythe, right?
Yes.
Okay, because I was going to say, even off of a -4 situation, if he spent the meter, maybe he could have done maybe like EX Sonic Scythe.
So you can do EX Sonic Scythe. If you're close enough, you can do a jab into medium and get like a target, but that's the spacing thing. If he does dash punch at a certain range, you're not going to get that. And if you commit to anything bigger, you're losing a knockdown.
That's fair. I was thinking maybe like a light into EX Tragedy Assault, possibly.
That's what you could, and that's something that you could do.
Oh,
you can definitely do that.
Those are two jump-ins that have been completely stuffed off of the crouching medium punch from Frozen, but we do have trigger 2 and the dash up. Immediately after, trying to dash in, but doesn't get Oki off of that back though, so it's a really tough scenario for Frozen to come back now. NeroTheBoxer.
And everybody, wait a minute, he's got an option right here, and he can actually go for a mix-up kill. Oh, he's dead.
The last hit too. That's a Nash player if I ever seen one. Tasty Steve called it. But still, is it going to be enough to hang for one more game?
The thing about this is that Balrog can like kind of disrupt the speed of this game just by doing a dash punch. A dash punch literally is like, okay, now I got to wait again. See right here, right at the tail end range of that dash punch and standing heavy punch.
Oh, you saw that, right? The neutral jump fierce. Brian F. hinted at that earlier. That's something Nero has been anticipating against Frozen for all these forward momentum movements.
Counter hit
Exactly like
confirmed.
that. That's big.
Ooh, spins
Critical
it all. Big damage here. Now, the thing about it is you just spent all your resources to get this, and now the resources is on the side of NeroTheBoxer.
But will it be too little too late? Frozen already off to a great start from that scenario of the critical art.
That was godlike. The
An
slow
interruption!
Yo, you could have. No,
Did
actually,
he?
that was it. That was it. That was actually all you could have done. He did get 2 jabs, but Sobot trying to close it out.
Oh no! He was looking for that. That was a big whiff punish. NeroTheBoxer. No, that could have been so scary. The Universal's out, playing it safe, using that meter. Frozen now just sitting and blocking. He's chilling right now. 40 seconds on the clock. He has so much to work with.
You see him using that Sobot to try to close. Tries to go
What
for
was
the
that?
overhead, and you might be dead. Oh no, he's still alive. He's still alive.
But he's in a throw range. He used EX Sonic Scythe on Wake Up. I can't believe it. I actually can't believe it.
Why would you do that? What? I actually can't believe he did that. But you know what's crazy though? They did buff the invisibility on the EX. On the EX, he does have a little more upper body invulnerability. So I'm not too surprised. But that was still Frozen. I know you know that was crazy. There's no way you did not know that was actually crazy. That was legit crazy. Wake Up EX saw us like
That
what?
was quite evil, actually. I approve. I approve 1000%. That was brilliant.
Did he? I can't remember. If he had trigger, that's one thing, right? If he had trigger, that's one thing.
He did not.
See, that was, once again, we're back to crazy. We're instantly back to
I
crazy.
approve. That was great. That was fantastic.
Well,
That was amazing. Let's get ourselves another set with Nash.
now that's definitely true. I'm trying to see more Nash. I'm not mad at it, but
Yeah, you are.
let's see. I'm not. Look,
low key, you are.
I'm
You're
not-
thinking to yourself as the Nash player, like, damn, who would have thought to use EX Sonic Scythe like that?
Not me. I wouldn't have.
That's why he's there and you're here.
That's absolutely true. Frozen still alive in the set against NeroTheBoxer. And I want to see what the adjustments are now.
I'm going to be honest, man. Even as a commentator, I'm still with your sweatshirt, man. I am completely lost on that decision making. That was sick. Super sick, actually. And here we go again. NeroTheBoxer trying to get these neutral jumps going. Frozen might have taken a hit at that. The knee bullet actually stopped Nero. I don't know what it was, but it was a counter hit afterwards, just not really being able to follow up because of how deep that knee bullet was.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Anti-airs the moonsault, gets the crush, and now Nash is in the corner.
Shut
Ooh, that
Sobot.
Sobot adding up so much damage.
Such a good button. Man, he's giving them the disrespect to get off me. That was obvious. Oh, big counter hit. That's actually
Oh,
huge.
he's dead if he wants it.
Yeah. If he wants to, without a doubt. That was only 1 bar being spent as well. I love that. The V-Set 1 really putting the work for NeroTheBoxer at exhibition point now.
Oh.
Get off me!
No,
I
you
love
can't-
that.
You cannot do that. And that's how you know a Nash player is getting to like the end of the wits, right? When you see just a random EX moonsault, gets out, back
Done.
throw, not dead, but oh boy, is this
Reset.
gonna hurt.
Oh no, he's going for the damage. That's fine. Pokey situation, meaty, and that's gonna be more than enough. NeroTheBoxer
Ow.
forces Frozen into a TKO
Ow.
after that one
Ow.
exchange. All in the corner. It's like real boxing, as you say, right? You don't want to be stuck in the corner because you'll get completely lost.
That's a complete loss right there, bro.
Complete package, really.
It's really hard in that matchup because, like you said, man, at that range control dash punch, we saw how good standing heavy punch from Balrog is, and just really having to deal with that from Nash is not something that you go through easy. Takes away the fireball game. You really got to be on your toes, and NeroTheBoxer going to be the victor here in this exhibition, in this first to 5. The character switch is not going to be enough, and with that being said, we're going to see what the analyst has to say out there, especially with some boxer professionals out there. But I guess we're
Yeah,
still
congratulations to NeroTheBoxer for ending up with a W there. Of course, over Frozen, who tried the Kage. Didn't quite work out. Tried the Nash. It didn't quite work out either. Let's start by talking with these boxer players over here. Smug, how do you feel about how that went?
All right, he took it home for the team, so shout outs to him. I feel like the match, it was actually really close in the beginning when he played Kage versus Balrog. They were like feeling each other out as the opponents, and you could clearly tell they were like really nervous and trying to figure out each other. And I was noticing like in the neutral, they were dropping a lot of stuff, and some things were getting like they were whiffing a lot of their special moves. But as the longer the set, they started picking up and they started playing more solid. And I feel like when Frozen picked Nash, I felt like it was a little too late. I felt like he should have switched to Nash maybe at like he lost the second game and then try out Nash. But I felt like the adaptation was starting to pick up, but I felt like it was just too late.
Yeah, it's really hard to come back 4-2 with the character switch to not even a favorable matchup, just your longtime main.
Yo, but my favorite part was the wake up EX. What was the
EX type?
Waking up.
Got to clarify that is throw invincible. I think that was a new buff to Season 5. Maybe
that was
before
ridiculous.
That. So it's a hard read. He called it. He survived that one game, but it did not last for too much longer. But yeah, I mean, Frozen, he showed off a lot of the Kage stuff. He was jumping in the air, using a lot of the mobility, and having everything go really well. But it's just too little too late with Kage. The pressure, if you just take the throw, which Nero was doing great on defense, just holding down back and not being baited by any of the V-Skill 2 traps, it's really hard for Kage to get the momentum going.
Let's take a look back at that match with the Arby's meaty moment.
Arby's, we have the meats.
Shine, what do you think about how things went?
I think at first I like that when he used Kage, as opposed to Nash, he has like more defensive options. Like he has 3-frame jab, he has EXDP, and I think defensively, I think that when NeroTheBoxer started to like overextend when he was in the corner, he like did jump medium kick as he was walking forward, like right there. He caught like the little blind spot where like Balrog actually can't anti-air you, and he would start his offense off of that. But I think that later on in the set, like he caught on to his defensive habits. Button started getting crush countered and EXDP started getting baited. So I think that at that moment when defensively things weren't working out, that's when he decided, all right, I got to switch to Nash.
And I got to give some credit to Frozen. You know, I guess that Nash, I guess the Kage got a little sauce to it, but not enough. If we're going to go again for the switch, it should have been a little bit earlier. There were some sick moments with the Nash, but if you're going to come back with a character that already takes a lot of work, it's gonna have to come earlier in these sort of sets and things like this. And I feel like Nero just had a fantastic job of just shutting down all the options, whether it be Nash or whether it be Kage. He was coming through to play, and that's another win on Nero's side.
And look, I gotta say, when you switch to a character and at 99 seconds you eat a jump roundhouse and you go straight over your anti-air, it's not a great look. But shout outs to Frozen for actually winning that game and holding on for longer. But
yeah,
I think that's the tale of the story, is that just too little too late.
I think the tale of the story is that Balrog's a pretty good character.
Yes,
yes. It's been a good day for Balrog, man. Let's go, man.
What?
Let's go.
Is it a good day for Balrog? Or is it
It's been a good year.
It's been a year.
We've been eating out here.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Capcom, help us, please. Please.
We're good. We're good.
Yeah, we need some help out here.
We're doing all right.
Assistance.
You know, when he made that switch over to Nash, you guys were worried, right? And I'm curious, Smug, like what about that matchup in particular makes it more worrying for a Nash than for a Kage?
Well, I feel like, with Nash versus Balrog, their main thing to do in a matchup is zoning. So they have projectiles, but Balrog's V-Skill 1, the KKB, it takes care of that pretty well. And I was surprised when he was trying with Kage. I'm surprised he didn't go V-Skill 2.
Right.
You know, because I feel like Tap, it gets the job done throwing out projectiles that go straight through it, you know?
Right.
And you get the damage. So, Brian, what do you think about the Kage versus Balrog match? What do you think about it?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think V-Skill 2 is actually the superior V-Skill because Kage's red fireballs are like the slow startup, slow recovery kind. And with those fireballs, you can actually more easily tap from a distance. So you don't need the V-Skill 1 like you would for, say, Guile. You can't really tap Guile fireballs. So if you have the anti-fireball tool, you have V-Skill 2, which means you have a chargeless dash punch. You dominate on every single front. So if you can get that set up, I feel like it's actually unwinnable for Kage. But that said, I do think the human element is there. Kage kind of preys on your lack of reactions. Like, are you going to check every stomp? Are you going to be baited by my jump dive kick? Because dive kick is actually really good with Kage. He's a jumping character. You can mix him up in the air. So I felt like the Kage was still the right pick, but too much damage, too much anti-fireball tools. Balrog got the job done.
Thanks, man. I assume those are good points, but I was only looking at Smug and his hat the entire time.
It's
such a jaunty angle. Look at the angle you got.
I try to get it together. I try to
You're
flat
looking
top in there,
good.
but it worked out for the better.
I love it. I think
look.
you made just the right choice. Thanks,
You ironed
man.
that hat, Smug?
Creaseless.
I just woke up like this,
Okay.
Yeah, you had it on when you woke up this morning.
Exactly.
Nice work. Look, I mentioned this earlier that Magic the Gathering is a game that I was playing back in the 90s. 1996, there I was in Ventura County playing at the locals. Game that is close to my heart. Your favorite Street Fighter characters are now available as Magic the Gathering cards at secretlair.wizards.com. For the first time, Chun, Ryu, Ken, and more are transformed into powerful cards, perfect for your collection. Check out the Saturday broadcast for the reveal of Secret Lair X Street Fighter's exciting secret card.
And while you're eating, be careful not to get anything on those beautiful cards because, Arby's got the sauce and they got the meat. So don't sleep on these meats. Make sure y'all head on over to their website and give them a little bit of love. Also, let's give them a little bit of love in general for giving us some beautiful amounts of stacked food. There's like a ton of food outside right now. As you've seen, all the commentators have been eating quite a bit. So shout out to Arby's for feeding us and feeding y'all.
Are you a Dan, are you a Zangief, or are you a Ryu?
Bro, I'm definitely not a Zangief. That's definitely true to life for grappler players. Y'all just be eating the wrong. Y'all just be no hands at all.
Get in there.
You just get in
top
there.
down.
You just top down. Like I think I'm a Dan right there. You see how you holding it perfectly? Ryu just got his thumb all in there. That's probably gonna be super gross. Don't give me a bite of that, bro. You can hold that.
What do you got, Shine?
I think I'm a Ryu because there's cheese on it, but remove the cheese, I'm definitely a Dan.
Okay, very good, very good. Look, we have some other news about a dream collab between Street Fighter V and the mobile game King of Fighters All-Star. The collaboration will go live around the end of March with Ryu, Chun-Li, and other popular characters from SF5 joining King of Fighters All-Star as special fighters. Look forward to an exclusive dungeon where Street Fighter V characters fight against KOF characters, exclusive battle cards, in-game events, and much, much more. Again, Ryu, Chun, and others are being prepared for the collab content. Additional info will be revealed through the official King of Fighters social media, so look forward to that. All right, well, we have seen all the matches that we're going to see today, but we still have a lot more talking to do. We're going to take a short break, and we will recap things after this.